How's it going, everybody? How the hell are ya? Welcome back to the Nerdy Jock. I'm the Nerdy Jock, Nick Angle, and this is the Nerdy Jock Jock Talk. Yeah, we changed the name up this time, but, things are always changing in the world of the YouTube verse, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll go back. All right, guys, the NHL semifinals have been finalized. That's right, Vegas, baby! Vegas, yes, Vegas and Montreal are taking on each other on Monday, and the Sunday before that, you got the Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning. A return to the semifinal match of last year where Tampa and the Islanders went 6 games, where the Tampa Bay Lightning ended up pulling that one out. 2 of those games going in OT. I mean, because they haven't played each other this entire year, I guess you have to go back to that and see what happened. Now, with the 2 of them going to OT, and the Islanders really being more than the sum of their parts, have been they've been on a roll, and it's been interesting to watch. Am I pulling for the Islanders? A little bit. Am I going to say that there might be a reverse curse on every team that I've selected? Possibly. But I think that the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to keep rolling. However, playing the Islanders, those New York Saints, if you will, they're going to probably stay out of the box, which is a good thing because the Tampa Bay Lightning's, power play is it's really good. And if you want to beat them, you got to make sure that they're not on the ice. This Islanders team is plucky. They can get a lead and they can hang on to it. Obviously, they rely on their goaltending just like Tampa Bay does. This should be a real interesting series. I obviously like Tampa Bay because that's what your brain is telling you. However, I don't think there's any favorites left really in the playoffs other than maybe Vegas. The top teams have not really moved on here, so your guess is as good as mine. But there's a part of me that really wants the Islanders to move on. But we'll see. We'll see. It should be interesting. How crazy would it be if it was an Islanders-Montreal final? I would like it. I know I would. But would anybody else? All right, moving on to the other side of there's no real sides anymore, is there? It's just Stanley Cup finals, semifinals. But they've got the Wales Conference and they've got the Campbell Conference. And so I guess it's kind of like old-timey way back in the day. No West, no East. Although I guess that was just the Leafs, wasn't it? Anyway, let's look back at some history between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Montreal Canadiens. Back in that history, that's really all we have to look at because they didn't play each other this year. Montreal is actually 5-1 against the Vegas Golden Knights. That's right, 5-1. All 5 of those wins, 1-goal games. 3 of those wins went into overtime. 1 of them went into a shootout. And then the other one, Vegas won, I think, 6-3. But that's as much history as we have with these 2 teams, so yeah. All right. If you're looking at these 2 teams, one of them is going to play a pretty defensive style of hockey. They are going to be on you. They are going to hit hard. Yes, that's the Montreal Canadiens. If you look at it, they are big on the back end. They are mean on the back end. I don't really see that with Vegas, but Vegas, obviously, a little bit more skill up front. Can Montreal keep this roll going? Does Carey Price stay on his A game? Does the Flower have a bit of a hiccup? Who knows? That's why we got to play the games, right? It'll be a really cool series. I'm really looking forward to it. I think these 2 teams have earned their tickets to where they are. Obviously, Vegas knocking off the Stanley Cup favorite in the Colorado Avalanche. But, I'm going to try and reverse curse the Las Vegas Golden Knights and pick them. Sort of. I don't know if that's how reverse curses work. Look, I'm always going to be pulling for my Habs. They have a very tough test ahead of them, but like anyone has said, you've got to beat the good teams in order to get to the finals and win the Stanley Cup. This is going to be a tough test for them, but if you look back at it, the number 1 seed or the favorite seed going into every single series in the North Division won a grand total of 3 games. Yeah, look back at it. The Leafs were the favorites going in against Montreal. They won only 3 games. The Oilers were the favorite going in against Winnipeg and lost in 4. Yeah, they got swept. And then, of course, Montreal going into Winnipeg. Winnipeg was a favorite there and swept them instead. So, does that have any bearing on the outcome of this series? Who knows? Probably not. But, hey, the Habs are walking in. They got a chip on their shoulder. Nobody's picking them again. So, we'll see. They got 4 lines. They're going to roll 4 lines. And they got 4 lines that play differently. And they got 4 lines that are committed to hitting everything that moves. Does Vegas say the same thing? Well, they got Ryan Reeves. They play a very team-style game. They are obviously a team that's built on the sum of their parts. You would say they wouldn't have elite talent, but they have very good talent. Pacioretty coming back, playing the team that drafted him. Suzuki playing the team that drafted him. And that whole deal for Pacioretty should be an interesting storyline. I look forward to it. You guys tell me who you've got in each series. I know there's a couple Islanders fans out there, and I appreciate you. And, you know, there's a part of me that's pulling for you. But you guys tell me who you guys think down in the comments below. We'll see where this whole crazy NHL year gets us to. And, yeah, I mean, good luck to all teams in it. All right, the Blue Jays wrap up their series with the White Sox, and man, they were gifted a win in that second game, and it feels like they threw away a win a bit in that last game. But this is a team that we are now seeing against really good baseball teams, and how do they measure up? I think what you're looking at right now is still a young team that needs to figure out their plate discipline, needs to figure out really how to play a little bit better defense, and their bats are going to be hot and cold. They've got really streaky guys on there. They're just looking for consistency. I think that's going to be the theme of this Jays team and games going forward. They're looking for consistency, and when they can find consistency, I think then we can really look at them as a true contender. Obviously, pitching is still going to be an issue for them. They've got a couple guys that you can certainly rely on when they're starting the game. They've got other starters who you're a bit iffy about, and they've got a bullpen that is, well, it's like Swiss cheese. It's full of holes. We'll just see where they pull all of this stuff out. Look, I still like them. You always feel like they've got a shot, especially with those bats in the lineup. I don't think this is the year they're going to make a push. Really, where are they going to go to get more pitching help? Who are they going to trade? They got a lot of good young guys still in the minors that they can bring up. Alek Manoah has been an absolute gem coming up and pitching the way he has. And I really like the fact that he battles. He has had a couple of games now where maybe his number one stuff isn't there, but he's battling. And it's nice to see because really, as a pitcher, I mean, how many times is your stuff the best when you get on that mound? It's really your ability to battle through that. And he doesn't shy away. He attacks the strike zone. It's great to watch. It's great to see. I think he's going to really develop into something. And we'll see where it kind of all goes from there. But this Jays team, like I said, they're going to be inconsistent all year, but they're fun to watch. All right, there's no F1 this weekend, but Euro 2021 is starting up today with, I believe it's Turkey and Italy are starting us off on this Friday. And then we get into the meat of the Euro in the weekend. My wife's family is Portuguese, so I guess I got to cheer for them. But they're in the group of death, if you will, with Germany and France, who are the odds-on favorite to win this whole thing. It'll be quite an intriguing I think, tournament. A lot of interesting groups. You go down the list, I think England has a lot to prove. I think, Spain is going to be a new look Spain. Do they jump back on that wagon and continue their dominance? Probably not, but they should still come out of the group stage. England, let's hope they don't choke, but they do that. As far as the other groups go, you've got Italy. I believe it's Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales in Group A, Belgium, Denmark, Russia, Finland in Group B, Group C, Austria, Netherlands, Ukraine, and North Macedonia? That's a place? I didn't know that. I don't think they get out of the group stage. I think Netherlands is probably the class of that group. If you look back at Group A, though, Italy should probably come out of that group. Wales, obviously, they had a really nice run a couple years ago. Can they continue that? Probably not. But we'll keep an eye on it. Look, we're going to keep an eye on all of it. I'm kind of rooting for Belgium there in Group B, mostly because they have really good chocolate. But we'll keep an eye on it throughout the next coming weeks and the tournament. We'll see if there are surprises, any dark horses that pull up. Yeah, we're going to see what happens to that group of death because, man, those are 3 really good teams in there. And I don't know. I'll pull for Portugal, but they seem to be up against it. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I know, short one, short and sweet. That's how we like to do it here. That's the Nerdy Jock talk for today. Again, if you guys like this video, hit that like button. Please smack that subscribe if you want to be the first to know when videos are coming out. But, man, should be an interesting weekend in sports. We'll catch you all up next week. But remember, guys, until then, it's always game time, baby. Let's go!